This is Straight Talk with it by the native Greg Fann, the preacher man, and his sidekick Shanan Jones. Frank discussions of issues affecting the ATL, Fulton County, the state of Georgia, the nation, and around the world. And now, here they are, live and in living color, the team of Jones and Fann, the preacher man.
Well, welcome to today's Straight Talk with yours truly, Greg Fann, the preacher man. And of course, you know, we hope that you had a happy and a safe 4th of July. And of course, that you enjoyed your family and you had a little fun time. Well, with all the things that's going on in the world, it's a little difficult, you know, to enjoy things. And certainly Independence Day, that's what they said, this is Independence Day when we had Independence Day. But it looked like they're trying to take our independence away from us, right? That's what it looked like. Project 2025, Project 2025. All the things that Project 2025 is doing and talking about doing, changing the way this country is ran, changing the way that we as American citizens have enjoyed the freedom that we do enjoy. And of course, what I'm going to do today, Shanan should be joining us a little bit. And when he come on, we'll bring him on in. But right now, what we're going to do, we're going to listen to Miss C, and then we'll be back on the other side. I had a lot of comments.
Hi, Miss C here with your 3-minute news blast. Hey, Bishop Greg. Hey, Pastor Shanan. Good to see you again. Listen, I'm Miss C, and I have some information that I need to share. I had a senior moment there. Anyway, listen, on Sunday, July 7th at 10 a.m., you're invited to participate in a workshop, The Success Triangle for the Church Community, to be held at Church of Jesus Apostolic Ministries, 2381 Jonesboro Road in Atlanta. The workshop is a crusade to prevent and destroy bad health in the church and community. Dr. Anthony Stroman will be the presenter. Call 678-907-3135 for more information, or you can send an email to stromanmission@gmail.com, and Stroman is Stroman. Shady Grove Baptist at 1147 Osborne Street in Atlanta invites you to their praise and worship service each Sunday at 10 a.m. They also invite you to their Family and Friends Day on August 6, 2024. The pastor is James Tukes Sr. Now, I have a message from my alma mater and Bishop Greg's also, BTW, Booker T. Washington High. The Atlanta Alumni Association will hold its 15th annual school supply and wellness drive on July 20th. What's needed are school supplies and personal items, food pantry items, pens, pencils, personal care items, staple foods, etc. You can drop off your donation on July 20th between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. at BTW, Booker T. Washington High, 45 White House Drive in Atlanta. And listen, before we go, I have 4 things I'd like for you to do. I'd like for you to, I'd like for you to like us. And I'd like for you to subscribe to us, and you'll see the little buttons on the front of the screen there. And number 3, I'd like for you to leave comments. Let us know how we're doing. And number 4, share us. Don't keep it to yourself. You know, let everybody know about Straight Talk News. I'm sure you'll be glad. They'll be glad that you did. And if you'd like for us to announce your event, just email it to me at least 2 to 3 weeks in advance to Straight Talk News 1362 at gmail.com. That's Straight Talk News 1362 at gmail.com. And listen, we're going to see you next time. Stay safe. Be good. Bye now.
Well, I want to thank Miss C for church news and news and information. And Miss C, any news and information you want to share, any upcoming events you want to share, Miss C will get it on for you. Thanks, Miss C. And Miss C will be back on the program with us in terms of talking about things that's going on in the country today and things that she's upset about, right? Like many of us are upset now because there's so much really going on. And Marvin Gaye sung that song, What's Really Going On? But we have Brother Ben Marcellus, and Ben at the Mighty Church, and he's going to share with us what Mr. Kavanaugh said about immunity, President having immunity when he was being appointed. They all tell lies. All right, Ben?
Let's talk about perjury and how the right-wing Supreme Court justices, when they testified before the Senate and were asked questions about things like absolute presidential immunity, they said it absolutely doesn't exist. They cited Federalist Paper number 69 as an example, and the text, history, and structure of the Constitution as precluding, as prohibiting any form of absolute presidential immunity. But when presented with the issue, the right-wing Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision authored by Justice John Roberts, the Chief Justice, found absolute presidential immunity. So take a look right here. This is Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh at his confirmation hearing in September of 2018. And here's what he had to say when he was asked under oath about the concept of absolute presidential immunity. Play the clip.
No one's above the law in the United States. That's a foundational principle that I've talked about, coming from Federalist 69, coming from the structure of the Constitution. We're all equal before the law in the United States of America. The foundation of our Constitution was that, as Hamilton explained in Federalist 69, the presidency would not be a monarchy, and it specified all the ways that under the Constitution, the president is not above the law. No one is above the law.
Now, you see what I was saying? They all do. But listen, this is what I want to do now. I want to just kind of highlight some of the things. We've been talking about Project 2025. I want to just kind of highlight some of the things that Project 2025 will do. A lot of people, we've been talking about, Shanan and I have been talking about Project 2025 for about a little over a year, when we learned that the Heritage Foundation was putting it together with many conservative groups. And these things have been happening anyway with the various state legislatures around the country by passing a lot of these laws that have been voter suppression laws. And I mean, it's been happening on the state level, but they're going to move this thing. They got a real plan to turn this country around, a brand new revolution, they call it. They want to eliminate the Department of Education. They want to use public funds to pay for private and religious schools. They want to encourage Christian doctrine through public education. And what they want to say they took private schools, now they want to do this? Okay, they want to bring in their own Christian doctrine, right? Okay, then they want to dismantle the civil rights, get this, the civil rights and DEA protections in all levels of government. So that means that from civil rights, the civil rights laws, they want to do away with them. And for those of us who are minorities that use DEI protection in terms of for minorities being able to get contracts and better things like that, they want to do away with that. They want to eliminate no false divorces. They want to ban, they said they want to ban, get this, they want to ban an abortion, readiness, and health for mothers. They want to ban those contraceptives. They want to ban African Americans and gender studies in all levels of school. They don't want us to have any black history or any history about us and our heritage taught in school, period. Anything that happened to us in the past, our foreparents, and they don't want to ban that. They don't want to be taught in school. But they already took civics out of school. They don't want us to know our own culture and our own history. So they said, we ain't going to teach it nowhere in our own home. So we just banned it in school. They want to do tax cuts from for major corporations 1% while increasing taxes on the rest of us. Rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. They want to eliminate unions and all workers' protection. Do you get that? No protection for you on the job. They come in and say you're fired, and there's no voice to say, hey, this wrongful termination. Okay. And you know what that means? They want to get rid of the National Labor Relations Board that would challenge any unfair practices that an employee may be doing. Back to slavery. All right. They want to ban these things. They want to eliminate all climate protections. And how does it is? You want to do away with that? They want to eliminate regulations on big businesses and oil companies. No regulations. So OSHA is out of the question. Get rid of OSHA. OSHA that makes sure that you're safe on the job. They want to get rid of that. They want to raise the retirement age. How old you can be before you retire. They want to eliminate Social Security for the elderly and disabled. Boy, they want to get rid of Social Security for me and others who have worked all these years, and they want to get rid of it? Boy, these are just a few things that we're talking about they want to get rid of. They want to use the military to break up protests. They want to eliminate Head Start and free lunches and discount lunch program. Come on. These are some things. They want to ban books and curriculum regarding slavery. I just missed some of the others, but these are things that they want to do, and they want to do all these things, and it's not right. It's just not right, the thing that they want to do. And some of you may agree with it, and some of you may not agree with it. But I'm going to read some comments from some individuals who made comments, who sent in comments when they found out about this. Let me get to those comments, and you guys can just hold on there. Let me find them here. Let's see what we have. All right. We have a comment coming from Brother Calvin. I won't use last name. Calvin is saying, this is what he's saying. I've been trying to tell people about this white national religion for a long time. They didn't just come up with this. Roger Coyne and Roger Stone have been working on this since Nixon. I had a debate and argument with a Jewish friend that asked me, as a black, how can I vote Democrat? And I asked him how could he run around screaming America first. Whoop. All right. That's what he says. That's what Calvin says. Let's see the next comment here. Michael says he's not okay with this. And let's see. Minister Sharif, he says, no, we got to fight this. We can't let this happen. We have from Pastor Smith, the Rich Smith. Pastor Smith said, we're going to vote to see that it doesn't happen, that this doesn't happen. All right, thank you. That's his comment. Let's see. Let me just pull up some other comment. Brother Gary says, it sounds like MAGA Southern whites. That's what Gary said. This agenda sounds like MAGA Southern whites. All right, let's see here as I go down. And Rosin said, no, we don't want this to happen. And let's see who else is here that I have. And Brother Conway says, no, we can't let this happen. We can't let it happen. Well, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. We can't let it happen. Let's see. Renee says, great friend of preacher man, no, I don't want this to happen. All right, she don't want it to happen. Let's see what Brother Al says. Brother Al says this. He makes this comment. He says, no, Greg, but old Biden and Donald Trump scares me. And I said, this is what I said to him. And I said, yes, they may scare us, we may be scared, but we're scared of what's going on. And we can't let this happen. We have to stand up for our children. His comment then was okay. We have to stand up for our children. It's the future for our children. William says, he said, I absolutely despise Project 25, Mr. Fann. Thank you for sharing this very informative information. I hope all will going well, and he says enjoy our holidays. Bernice, she says thank you always for supporting the community and sharing this information and keeping us informed. Brother Jonathan says he says okay. He asks a question. He wants to know. He said, what do I suggest? He asked me for what I suggest about this when I send it out. So what do you suggest? I said, I simply suggest this, is that we pass the word around and that we vote so it will not happen, and let people know what the plan is, okay? And then he said, okay, I have some additional ideas we can do that will become suitable. Okay, well, let's hear what you have to say, Jonathan. Let's see what other ideas do you have to say. Brother Craig says, of course not. And Sister Durham says, she used a few choice words, said, no way, Jose, we don't want this. We have to vote. We have to vote and vote right and help educate our young people, let them know what's really going on with this Project 2025. And Brother Rogers says, absolutely not. We have to get our people out to vote. Get them out to vote. I see Brother Stone, he says we need to organize black churches and fight this wherever we can and tell everyone what's really going on. And he said something else that people may want to look at. It's called Project 2025. The newest leader apparently wants more racism. And you may want to look at that and look at Project 2025, learn how strategy, policies, and Project 25 target black America. You may want to go out on YouTube and look that up. And he suggests that people do that. Sister Swanson said, nope, we don't want it, and we're going to vote. All right, for it won't happen. Pastor Holloman says, no, and it will not happen. All right. And then Brother Ulysses says, nope to Project 2025. Brother Joe says, no way. Sister Carolyn says, nope, of course not. And Brother Tompkins, he says, whatever I can do to help, make phone calls, or anything I can do, I want to do it. We got to stop this. This cannot happen. We can't go back in time. Richard says, no. Brother Pastor Thomas says that one, he said, no, of course not. We don't want this. We can't go back in the hands of time. Dr. Gerald Durley says this, and I want to read what Dr. Durley says. He says, the polls, the major donors, the general public discuss, the media and its proponents, and yes, the well-meaning, concerned politicians, voters have joined the chorus for Biden to step down to increase the chances to defeat Donald Trump. I heard words like groundswell, point spread, shifting away, and we love him and his character is unquestionable, but he's too old. He just appears feeble, too feeble to serve. These and other comments are real and have their place in a campaign. However, those of us who know what will happen if Trump wins must now do what we have always done to defy the odds, the poll odds. I am not blind nor deaf as to what I see and hear, but I have never given up the fight for what I believe to be right and just. Dr. May said, my head may be bloody, but it's unbowed. We are in a war, and our every thoughts and word must be defended. Democracy or alternative to the future, we will be disadvantaged. Call me a dreamer, baptized in unrealism thinking. But I firmly believe that when we pray, fight, work relentlessly, and believe that we will be victorious in November. I am a dreamer, yes. However, when I was 18 years old, I listened to the dreamer who gave his life for us to continue to fight for ethical and moral justice. Let us once again believe that we can and will fight against the tyrannies to be victorious in November. Be excited about our time to prove that we can, as we have won against extremely unseatable odds. Enjoy the Independence Day, and let's join together, spirit, mind, and body, and win this election. No one believes in winning, but we can. We can. We can. We just have to vote and turn out to vote. Thank you so much, Dr. Durley. Thank you so very much for your comment. Marvin says, absolutely not. We're not going to do that. We're going to get out and vote. Pastor Hope says, yes, we don't believe in that. And we're going to turn out to vote. And down in Savannah, Georgia, Jerome said, we are making plans to turn out the vote. To turn out the vote, because no, we do not want this. We are not going to have this. John Ross says, this political climate is suicidal. No way can we vote for Trump and not for Biden. We must defeat Project 2025. And Brother Tate says, absolutely not, absolutely not. And all the way in Pennsylvania, we're getting comments from all the way from Pennsylvania and other places where it said, Pastor Crawford said, we are now organizing so that we can turn out the vote. Let's turn out the vote. And Sharon Stropchild said, absolutely not. Dave Mitchell said, I'm doing posts about on Saturday morning. He said he's going to be talking about it on his Saturday morning Facebook program. All right. Thank you, David. Thank you. Pastor Frank Brown says, of course not. Ulysses says, Yusef says, nah, we can't do this. Not in our lifetime. We got to vote. Catherine said, thank you, Greg. Pastor Stanley said, thank you. And he's been telling everybody about it. Tracy said, no, we're not going to let it happen. No, we're not going to have that. We're going to turn out the vote. We're going to turn out the vote like we never voted before. Praise the Lord. All right. And then Ramona says, nope. I'm telling all my colleagues and friends, we cannot let Project 2025 take us back, turn back the hands of time. Thank you so very, very much. And let's see who else we have in here. I'm looking and scrolling, and I believe that we have one more said absolutely not. Brother Tony says absolutely not. And Sister Sandra says, oh, sir, no, sir, we can't do it, Bishop. We have to vote. We have to teach the young people and tell them what is at stake, and we do. Marcia said, no. Pastor Jared Dorsey said, no, we got to turn out the vote. The preachers got to come together. We got to tell our people as though we can turn out the vote. All right, and then we have Adrian who said, of course not, we can't let it happen. Penny Rogers said, absolutely not. Angelique Millen said, no way. And Bishop Jackson says, straight up, excuse my language, but he said, you know what I'm talking about? No. So we cannot do it. We got to turn out the vote. Bishop said, we got to get them. Linda Pritchard said, yes, we got to turn out the vote. Meadows said, we got to turn out the vote. Amen. And the young man, this is a young man, one of the young men in my church, he says, there are a lot who agree on with this. There are a lot who I do not agree with this. Seems like it's for the rich and the richer. There's nothing there is in this is better for the country. Now he's 16 years old, and I'm glad to know that he feels that way. And Pastor Tim McDonald said he's been talking about it for the last 2 months. 2 months telling people, turn out the vote. We got to kill this Project 2025. Yes, sir. We got to kill it, Pastor McDonald. And let's see. Horace says it ain't nothing but bigotry, hate. That's all it is, with an agenda that's looming with a few allies, because It is aimed at a whole lot of more than us. It's more than just us. It's the country that is at stake, the whole country. Vanessa Manley said, well done, well done. We must defeat this. We must defeat this. Cliff Grimes, he says, if that's Trump's agenda, then no, I will not support it. All right, thank you so very, very much. And Fred said, that's a weird question to ask. What would I do? He said, oh, you already know what I'm going to do. All right now, Fred, I know it. And Tanya Cato says, she said, nope, I will not vote for that. I'm voting for the success of this country. All right, and my friend Keith says, brother, this is already happening. My answer is heaven no. Thank you, Keith. And Angela Brown says, no. No, we're not going to do that. And Wendell says, no, we're going to vote. We're going to turn out labor. We're going to turn out churches. We're going to turn out communities. We're going to turn out people out to vote. We're going to educate the uneducated on what is really at stake. Thank you, Wendell. Thank you. And Reverend Bolden said, this is the wildest thing I ever heard in the world. So he's coming aboard. Come aboard, my friend. Come aboard. This thing is real. They're trying to change the way our country is ran. They're trying to take away some of our freedom and our liberties, and we cannot let it happen. I want to thank all of you for bringing on those comments and joining in today with comments on this, because it's a very important issue. It's time to get ready to vote. It's time to get ready to vote right. It's time to register to vote. If you're not registered to vote, register to vote. If you don't do anything, check your voter status to see are you still on the road to vote. Do everything in your possible. Churches, start voter registration drive. Start getting people educated on what's really at stake here. It's democracy and the things that we are now enjoying that they're trying to take away. You talk about taking free lunches away from kids, from families who cannot afford it. Man, that's not what we stand for. We stand for the least, the less, the lost, and the left out, and we don't leave anyone left out. And as I get ready to close today, I want to just say that we regret the loss of our brother and our friend, Dr. Frederick Taylor. Fred Taylor was a dear brother, a brother beloved, one who was on the battlefield. I've been knowing Fred ever since I was, well, as he would say, a snotty-nosed kid. That's what Fred say. He said I was a snotty-nosed kid running around West Holland Street Baptist Church under the late Reverend Dr. Ralph David Abernathy. And of course, I want to just invite you to his homegoing service and to the actual services that will be taking place on Thursday. The funeral is going to be on Friday. Let me pull it up here, pull it up there, and I'll have information for you here. Okay. All right. Now, you probably can see it there, but may not. But it says on July 11th from 4 to 7, he'll be lying in state at Ebenezer Rising Sanctuary, right? At 5 p.m., there will be an assembly or march from the SCLC headquarters there on Auburn Avenue. And that address is 320 Auburn Avenue. And at 6 p.m., there'll be a commemoration march, and we'll march from Ebenezer, from SCLC, all the way to the King Center, where Dr. King and Mrs. King lay there, where their grave site is. Then there will be the memorial service at 7 p.m. at 101 Jackson Street at the Ebenezer Baptist Church in the Rising Sanctuary. Then on Friday the 12th, there'll be a public viewing at West Holland Street Baptist Church, and that's 1040 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard in Atlanta. And that will be at 10 o'clock. So if you want to come by and then view Fred's remains, you can at that time. Then at 12 noon, there will be a celebration of life at West Holland Street Baptist Church at 1040 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard. That will be the funeral service. Pastor DeWitt Smith will be bringing the message. He'll be the eulogist for that service. And for all donations, Willie Walker has the body. For all donations, they want you to, in lieu of flower, they want you to donate to the A.D. King Foundation and put on it in the memo that is for Fred Taylor, Reverend Fred Taylor Memorial Fund. And that's at 2905 Creek Road, Suite A, Atlanta, Georgia. A brother beloved, one who stood on the battlefield, one who fought for injustice, one who believed in standing up for injustice, and he will be dearly, dearly missed. I love Fred. We all love Fred, and we're going to miss Fred. Well, thank you so much for being a part today of Straight Talk with yours truly, Great Fann, the Preacher Man. And until next week, we wish you a happy, successful life. And that's a successful life. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. It's important. This is important. You've heard Reverend Love said it many, many times. This is the most important election it is. My late brother, I love Reverend Love, our beloved brother who taught us a lot of things. But we must register to vote. Register to vote and vote. Don't just register to vote, but vote, okay? Don't forget to like us, subscribe to our channel, make comments, share, and listen to us each and every Sunday at 7 p.m. on WIGO 1570 a.m. on your radio dial. This ain't been nothing but Straight Talk with yours to the Great Fann, the Preacher Man.
Want to be a guest on Straight Talk? Email Greg Fann at FANN922 at Comcast.net or call 404-308-0795. Join us again for another episode of Straight Talk with Shanan Jones and Greg Fann, the Preacher Man.